feel like a physical like attraction? Like,
Oh no, I'm extremely attracted to Jordan. Like Jordan is hot and he's
I
tall
agree.
and he's a mountain that I can climb.
I agree. Ooh,
Yeah,
say it, oh please, oh yeah.
I want you to perceive me as if you didn't know I had a boyfriend.
I knew the South African show was going to bring it, but I never thought it would bring it this much. And this is savage. This makes the ultimatum look like, kids play. Because the fact that they have brought in singles to tempt the partners is just crazy. And they've brought in people that they know are somebody's type. People like Manaka and Sia, oh my God, those two are gone. Those two are gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they left to their new partners. Even Naledi is gone as well. You can tell she really likes her new partner, so it's going to be very sad when their old partners see what they've got up to. But anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Never Lies, South Africa, Season 1, Episode 2. Oh my God, be careful of people. Be careful of people. People in relationships, be careful of your partners. Because obviously it's revealed that Kuda lied. He actually was intimate with the girl or whoever he was with on the boys' trip. And he tries to use technicalities. He says, we played games, we played spin the bottle, we played, is change your positions, sort of like, that bendy, whatever game. So it could be that's why it came up as a lie, but he didn't, sleep with her. They shared the same bed, but there was no sex. And it's like, could have stopped lying. Stop lying. Just say I'm sorry, and that's it. And you can move on. You've been with this woman for 7 years. 7 years is a long time. I don't think she'd just drop the relationship because of that, unless you've done anything else. Unless you've done anything else. Because if she was going to drop you, she should have dropped you a long time ago. And so for him to try and look for technicalities to sort of try and get himself out of trouble, even Millie asked him, "What do you mean? What do you mean? You need to tell the truth." And he wouldn't tell the truth, and everybody could tell he was lying. Anyway, the ceremony ends, and everybody goes back inside, and couples are sort of bickering. There's a lot of bickering because people have lied, especially amongst all the couples that have lied. There is bickering because people don't understand why you said what you said. And so you then have the main topic is Kuda and Alen because everybody can't understand why he can't just own up to what happened, why he needs to hide behind technicalities to say, oh, yeah, we might have been intimate during a game, but that doesn't mean we were physically intimate in bed. And it's like at the end of the day, something happened. Lynn is saying you called her crazy. Just apologize. I'm so sorry. I didn't know how to say this to you, but this is what has happened, and this is where we are. Please, could you forgive me? Please, could we find a way to sort of work on our relationship and make things better? I promise I won't do the same thing again. Then should most probably take him back. But the fact that he keeps wanting to stand on business and stand on his lie is what is going to get him in trouble. It's a toxic mess because you have Munaka and Kotse. They are having a back and forth about, him, well, having had sex with a friend. So that's something else. Clayton and Wilfred are more focused on Kuda's lie. I don't know whether it's because they don't want to sort of dissect their own issues and it's like make it make sense. You have Naledi and Nikki. Well, they have this thing there that they need to work on. I don't know how they're ever going to overcome it. And then Pretty and Sia. I personally don't understand how Sia. I'm not saying Pretty is not beautiful. Please don't get me wrong, but I don't get how Sia can be played by that girl. How she can manipulate him and sort of dress him down and tell him that it's not my fault that you are uncomfortable. That's a problem for you to sort out because my ex and I had an amicable breakup and there was no issues. There's nothing there, so there's nothing for us to worry about. And it's like, please, if he were to say the same to you, would you be happy with that? Would you be happy with that? Nancy and Portley, they are having this back and forth. She is devastated, obviously, because he said that he doesn't want to, or he lies so that he doesn't have sex with her. And apparently, it can be as long as 2 months. And it's like, that's a lie. There's no way someone at 29 is not having sex for 2 months. No, that's a lie. That is a lie. She needs to keep it moving. She needs to find someone who's going to love her and think the world revolves around her and leave this idiot. Anyway, you then have Lynn and Kuda in bed. They're having this back and forth. Lynn is standing on her. You called me mad. You called me crazy because I kept questioning that what happened, and you were making it seem as though I was coming up with stuff out of nowhere when you know exactly what you were doing. This show is crazy. It's craziness at its finest. Seriously, because the audacity. So in the morning, people wake up and they're still sort of getting over their fights. But then you suddenly have Gotse and Munaka having a conversation about, Pretty and Sia, because I think everybody is amazed at the fact that Sia is allowing himself to be run ragged by that woman, and no one can understand why he's putting up with everything he's putting her through. The fact that he has to moisturize her legs, and it's like, girl, you can bend down and moisturize your own legs. You don't need to. Even if your skirt is short, you should have done that while you were wearing your dressing gown before you got dressed. There's no need to make this man feel like he's your servant. There is love, and then there's abusing your partner, and in my opinion, that's abusing your partner. Anyway, so while they're just relaxing and everyone is taking a moment to reflect, Millie arrives, and she lets them know. She questions first what's happened from the previous night. How are people going? How are people enjoying their time? And people, we have Kuda sort of saying, "Oh, we did butt heads because of the issue, but we still need to discuss more." Then Millie reveals that, okay, we're going to divide you into two. So the one group is going to stay here, the other group is going to go to the other side. And it's like, oh my God, it's about to go down. It really is about to go down, because what are they going to do? Anyway, they tell them that they're going to separate the couples, and they're going to sort of have the couples, one will be living in Unjolo and one will be living in Hoho. And so it's interesting because you have they take Nkotse and they leave Munaka there. They take I think it's who did they take? I think they took Clayton, I think. No. I think they took Will. Did they take? They took Clayton and they took Winfred and left Clayton. Yes, I think. I'm not too sure about the two of them. Kuda was also taken. Naledi was taken. Pretty was taken. And Botle, no, Nancy was taken. And it's like, I feel like they've taken people to the reflective house, people that they know need. Well, Kuda and Kose, I don't quite understand why they've gone there, unless they've just gone there just because they want to be given a taste of their own medicine. Because everybody else that has gone there, Okuda, Pretty, and Kote, those three, I don't understand why they're in that house. The others, I do understand, because obviously they have some insecurities in their coupling. But those three notorious bandits, I don't quite understand, and I can't wait to see what's happening, because apparently the Mujola house is going to be the party house. They're going to be bringing people to seduce these people. They're going to be having an amazing time. Whereas the Mhoho house is going to be for them to reflect and sort of have a view of what their partners get up to. And I can't wait for Lynn to cut loose, because Kuda has been getting away with a lot. So I can't wait for her to do her thing and give him a taste of his own medicine. Love Never Lies is knocking the ultimatum out of the park, because the concept, and they're bringing the mess, and it's about to go down. And I personally feel like some people were hooked up, some maybe not so, because they had the individuals that stayed behind be matched with someone. And so first up we had Munaka. She was matched with Jordan. He's 24, he's from the DRC. He looks amazing, and Munaka was excited. You could see the little inner girl in her was giggly and was giddy, because she was like, oh my God, what is here? And I can see him tempting her. I really can see him tempting her, because she seemed keen. She seemed keen. Naledi, Naledi didn't know what to do with herself, because she was matched with Njolo, and she couldn't sort of bring herself to say anything. And I have a feeling this is going to bring a lot of insecurities for Nikki, because this girl is stunning. She's the totally different package from Nikki. And what they did is they gave them sort of some hats and some bucket hats, and then had them in different colors. And so the person that came in the same color hat was who they were matched with. They didn't need anyone to sort of say, okay, the two of you. So you'd have to walk up and greet your person. First Monaka went to greet Jordan, then Naledi went to greet Njolo. And with Clinton and Winfred, I think it's Winfred who stayed behind, actually. No, I think it's Clifford. I don't know. One of them, anyway, was paired with Simo. And they said they actually follow each other on Instagram. So it's about to go down. And then Polele, he said, this is my type. But she looks mixed race. She looks, if you're in South Africa, she looks colored. So I don't quite get how he's saying that's his type when she's totally different from Nancy. So what is Nancy then if this is your type? Make it make sense. Mia is 25. She is excited. She said the darker they are, the more she likes them. And then you have Vizo. He's 34. He's from Botswana. He has been coupled up with Lynn, and apparently he lived with Kuda for 4 to 5 years. And it's like, this is messy. This is messy central. Because if anything happens, what do you expect? Are you not wanting her to do anything? Is that why you matched her with someone who's lived with her partner? Because it doesn't make sense to me. I really don't get it. And then Sia was hooked up. Sia was hooked up big time because he was hooked up with Malay. She's 23 and she is a stunner. She really is stunning. And I see him swaying. The smile on his face, the fact that he had glasses on, because everyone was trying to hype him. And I think they were all worried that he wasn't going to fully embrace the process. And so to see how excited he was, even I myself was excited for him because I was like, oh my God, way to hook him up, way to make him feel special because she looks stunning. And so he's really going to enjoy this experience and have an amazing time. Hopefully, it teaches him to sort of man up and not allow this girl to walk all over him. Poor Sia is in paradise. He's already fallen in love. He's about to get married, and it's going to really break his heart if things don't work out the way because of the way he keeps following his girl Malay. It's just like, oh my God, this man is gone. He's a gone man, and he's already married. Anyway, so you have the people in Hoho that are just reflective. You have them having a conversation. Nikki is asking Kuda, why is it you can't just bring yourself to say, I'm sorry? Do you struggle with saying I'm sorry? And he says he likes to use logic. And it's like there's certain situations you can use logic, and then certain situations where and I'm sorry will suffice. That's it. You don't need to use your logic to try and rationalize your actions and whatever. Just say, I know what I did was wrong. I want to sincerely apologize for my actions, and I hope you can forgive me and we can move on. Back at the party house, you have Malay sort of having a toast for everyone, and it's like these people are ready. They're about to risk it all, and it's going to be interesting to see who's the first one to break. I don't know. I really don't know. So you have Imogen having a conversation with Naledi and Sia, and she's sort of being asked, how did you find out that you're pansexual? And she says, well, I dated men first, and then I dated ladies, and then I realized that I like them both, so that's how it came to be, and I'm good there. You have Munaka and Jordan. Munaka is married. She's married to Jordan because she's saying, God is my true first love, so any person that I'm with needs to be acquainted with him. And he says, well, I actually go to church every Sunday. I play an instrument in church. And then as soon as he says he plays a keyboard, oh my God, the hug she gave him. And it's like, oh my God. And it's like, oh my God, her man is going to cry when he sees this because he's in for a rude awakening. You have Potlete having a conversation with me, and they're sort of talking about PDA. And he said, I'm open to PDA. And it's like, you're open to PDA, but you're not open to having sex with your partner. Make that make sense. The math ain't mathing. Something is not right. So I don't get it. Well, you have Nancy sort of reflecting, and she's worried that, if she finds out that he's been cheating on her, she doesn't know how she'll be able to process that because he's never given her signs. She's just assumed that because they're not being physically intimate, this is what he's doing. And it's like, oh, you're in for a rude awakening, love. You're in for a rude awakening. You have Nikki crying because she says she didn't sign up, to sleep alone. And it's like, well, there's more to a relationship than going to bed with someone. Maybe you need to focus on that instead of just focusing on the physical side of your relationship, and things might actually work a bit better for the two of you. Maybe the reason why you're struggling is because you're mainly focused on the physical side of your relationship. You're not focused on sort of getting to know the person you're in a relationship with. So you have Millie rock up to Villa Umpopo. And for me, initially, when I saw the people that were there, I was questioning how did they separate them. But then come to think of it, I feel like some people have been sent there to learn from people that are there. So people like Wilfred, Nikki, and Nancy are meant to sort of teach or help Kuda what's his name, Hotse, and Pretty to sort of reflect on their situations because they are the troublemakers in their relationships at the moment. They are the reason why their partners are not happy. So it seems to me that's why they've been put there. Anyway, you have Millie arrive. Millie's outfits are always on point. On point. You can't knock them. I love them. Anyway, so she arrives and she reveals that, your partners at Villa Mujolo are there enjoying themselves. They've had some singles rock up, so they are sort of having an amazing time. And you have the opportunity to see who they've been paired with and see, what you think about it in the first place. In order to get the reveal, you need to spend some money. So I'll give you an opportunity to decide whether you want to sort of pay to see who they're with or whether you're content with where you are. So she then says, everybody go back in the house and we'll start one by one. Jose says no, Kuda says no, Wilfred says no, Nancy says no, Pretty says no, and Nikki says no. And I think everybody said no because they didn't think it was worth spending 5,000 rands on, because we should just see who they're with. What then? You need a bit more than that. So I think this is why everybody was just content to stay where they are. And so it's like, oh, brains are ticking. Even though they don't know who their partner is with, their minds already ticking. And it's going to be sad for those that sort of um, have been cheated on, because they might see their partner cheating again, and they might feel that sense of betrayal and the fact that they were brought onto TV to be embarrassed by somebody else. Whereas now the people at Villa Minjolo, I was about to say at Villa Party, well, you have them sort of be set out on dates. You have Imajul go on a date with Naledi, and she is flirting up a storm, and you can see that Naledi is eating it up, and it's like this is going to be sad for Nikki, because at the end of the day, Nikki is the one who had a relationship with her ex, but it seems like she's about to be heartbroken and devastated if things turn out the way they look like they're going to turn out with Naledi, because Naledi is saying they're planning on getting married, and this is sort of just to see if they really are ready to get married or whether they are not each other's person. Um, you have Potle, he is enjoying himself with Mia. They're at the beach. He's being fed strawberries. He said it's his first time being close to the ocean. And she actually goes in the ocean with him and starts twerking. And it's like, please, there's no need for all of this. And for him to be sort of throwing fake money, it's just like, oh, this man is gone. And I wonder what his partner is going to think when she sees all this. You have Clayton and Simo. Clayton, is already being physically intimate with his new partner, and it's like, seriously, you've been called out for cheating and for flirting with other people, and you decide that this is the best thing for you to do. This is the best thing for you to do, is to flirt with a new person that you've already known on the outside. Make that make sense. Make that make sense, because what do you think your partner is going, or how do you think your partner is going to feel when they realize that the moment they turn their back, this is what you got up to? Sia is about to leave this experience married to Malaya, because he's been very reserved and very calm. And he actually reveals that, being around Malaya has sort of given him back his confidence, because he's realized that when he got into a relationship with Pretty, he changed into the person that he wanted her, well, she wanted him to be. Pretty has already told everyone at Villa Mhoho that she gave specific instructions of what she expected him to do. And it's like, he's going to rebel. If that were me, I would rebel, because I don't want anyone telling me what to do. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So the idea that she gave him instructions, and now he's in this place whereby they've given him the ultimate temptation, he's about to go wild. He's about to go wild, and it's going to be really sad for her when Pretty realizes that actually she doesn't have as much a hold on him as she thought she did. You have Manaka and Jordan. They are having an amazing time at the beach. They're enjoying themselves. Manaka is halfway there. She's halfway there. She just needs a little push, and I wouldn't be surprised if she leaves the experiment with Jordan, because she seems to really like Jordan and she seems to really get along with him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they left the experiment together. The only couple I'm questioning is Lynn and Vizo, because I don't get how they came to be. Because you had Lynn say, "Oh well, I want things to change. This is why I agreed to go on a date with his friend," and it's like she knew she didn't want to embarrass herself on TV. I now have a feeling that people were given options. Were asked, "Okay, can you pick out of these three people who would you want to go on a date with?" And she must have specifically asked to go with his friend. That way, she wouldn't do anything. Although you have Vizo saying, I I'm questioning the bro code. I don't know how to behave or what's going to happen with that. You have everyone, they have a party and they're just settling and they're enjoying their time. Monaka is gone. Monaka is gone. Anyway, Millie arrives, and she sort of tells them that she's back again to give them an offer to see whether they're happy to spend 5,000 rand to see what's been going on. I feel like what they should have done is the first look should have been 5,000, or it should have been even 2,000 rand. The second time, every time she comes up, it should have been going up. It should have been going up in increments until it gets to a point whereby they are at risk of losing like 20,000 rand. That way, people are really tempted. Anyway, the first person to go is Jose, and he's told, well, he's shown a little snippet of what's been happening, and then he's given the option. So it's revealed who Jordan is, the first day, the first impressions. And so then he's given the option to pay for more, and he pays, and you can see that he's devastated. He really is devastated. I personally feel like Munaka is taking a revenge because at the end of the day, I've said this before in one of my reviews, that I saw it somewhere and I'll repeat it. I saw it somewhere where someone wrote, when a woman is mad, even the devil takes note. He has to take note because nothing can surpass an angry woman. And he's already revealed that he slept with her friend. So she's going to obviously go wild just to sort of pay him back for what he did. He was asked, "Do you want to pay for extra?" He paid for extra, and he's hearing her say, "I want a man that I'll go to church with. I want a man, that is open and is very emotional." And then for her to say she's already on first impression, she was physically attracted to him. She's already asked Jordan, "Am I your type? Am I someone you'd be inclined to go out on a date with, or ask out on a date?" And he said yes. So this is something that Jose wasn't expecting, and this is devastating for him. This is devastating because how will he be able to sort of process this information? How will he be able to sort of overcome this? Because it's going to live on the internet for forever, and so every time he opens, Netflix is going to be able to see this. And how is he going to process that? He you could see he was a broken man. He went back into everybody, and he's just trying to sort of focus on the positives. He was devastated. You had Kuda telling him, "Oh, don't look at the negatives, just focus on the fact that she wants you to open up." And Nikki had to say, "No, allow him to feel what he's feeling, then give him time to process. But you can't tell him skip one emotion and move on to the next. Allow him to be and do what is best for him," which is really sad. And next up was Nancy, and Nancy was shown the trailer, and so she got to see the trailer, and you had both their busy saying, "Oh, everybody's talking about how they miss their partners. I don't even miss my partner." And it's like, oh, this is savage. This is savage. So I can't wait to see for the rest of it. And I don't think Nancy deserves this. I think this should be an opportunity for Nancy to realize that this man is not for her, and it's time for her to move on and find her person, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And click the link in my video to watch my review from episode 1. Bye, guys.